Hey YouTube, how's it going? Fine, thank you. Thanks for asking. Yeah, so recently I've really been falling back in love with photography again. And before I kind of started going further into making some videos that I've got planned, I thought it might be good to just stop and set some intentions for what this YouTube channel is going to be about. So I've been trying to explain to myself why I like photography, and I think this is important because I've been here before and I've kind of ruined photography for myself. I think there are lots of traps that are pretty easy to fall into. You got like gear that threatens to make you poor, and that will of course take all the joy out of it. You've got the temptation to go pro, or to try and extract something from your photography to change your life, which of course will likely lead to disillusionment. You've got hours of pushing and pulling photographs, editing, trying to make photographs better than they are, instead of just going out and taking more and better photos. You've got social media, FOMO. You've got voices saying what photos should be like, what photography is for, what you should do, why you should do it. And there are so many different reasons to be taking photographs so if you define for yourself why you're taking photographs, you'll be able to tune out those internal and external voices. And that's what this video is all about, but this is my version. So why do I take photographs, and what do I want out of it? Well, I guess you could boil it down to, I want to explore photography as an act rather than a means to an end. So the photograph as secondary to the act of taking the photograph, and definitely secondary to having that photograph do something for you in the world. So here are a few little commandment style edicts that I've laid down for myself. The first one is I will stay amateur. Anyone can be a professional photographer. I don't even think it really comes down to skill that much. It comes down to drive and whether you really want to be a professional photographer or not. It takes, interpersonal skills just as much as it does photography skills. And if you have really good interpersonal skills but not really good photography skills, I think you can still probably make it, because most people don't really know the difference between a good photograph and a bad photograph. And I don't think it really matters for that matter. So yeah. But, defining for myself that I do not want to be a professional photographer, I think is been quite an important step in understanding why I take photos. I will avoid gear. And I actually feel bad here because I did just spend all my savings on the camera. Yeah, hey, dog, shush. But that's okay, I'm going to keep it. Hey! No, leave. That's okay, I'm going to keep this camera for a decade, and I like it. I've got a zoom, I've got a manual lens I can adapt. The zoom cost me like $100 and it's great. I'm doing this video right now. Being constantly conscious of, a lot of the time the desire to obtain more photographic gear comes out of thinking that the bottleneck in your photography and why it's not good, or why everyone doesn't love it, or why you're not happy with it, is the gear, when actually it's probably not. I'm just going to say it's not the gear, unless you're 100% confident in your photographic abilities and you know that the gear is ruining it for you. I mean, if that's you, sure, then look for some gear, but that's probably not you, and it's definitely not me. I will shoot JPEG in camera as much as I can. I don't want to get sucked into Lightroom. This is all about making photography a thoughtful, involved process that happens then and there. I will share for myself, my feeds will be a journal. Secondarily, I will hope to inspire other people to enjoy photography as much as I will be enjoying photography. I will create simple photos of interesting things and interesting places. They won't tell stories, but they will prompt questions. So people who look at my photographs won't like them because it's saying something. They'll like them because it's asking something of them, and they don't have the answer. I will ignore bokeh, sharpness, rule of thirds, noise, Adobe. I will not expect anything from my photography. I will not expect or hope that it will take me somewhere in my life and do something for me in the real world. I just wanted to get me out the front door with friends on an adventure. So there you have it. If you like this vision, please like this video. If you want to hear more about my journey as I explore photography, subscribe. All right, later.